Hey Legionnaires, and welcome back. We're here with another NTW3 battle for you today, and today we have a glorious 4v4 custom battle here at Salamanca, one of the famous battlefields in the Peninsular War between Britain and France. And yes, Britain and France are here today again, but today Britain is bringing in a few friends from across the continent. So we have a Russian army over here as well. I don't know exactly which one it is, whether it's 1812 or whether it's 1814. We have Persia here as well, and then we have Prussia over here as well. And yes, it does look like all the sides are setting up quite nicely. I don't know where Britain is. Britain is, yeah, way in the back. Look at that, being a coward, letting their allies die first. But yeah, we have the Anglo-Portuguese British army here today. So yeah, should be a very, very fun one, that is for sure. We've got a whole selection of different armies. You know, Persia kind of very strong in cavalry department. Russia got pretty good melee and grenadiers. And I guess Prussia's kind of pretty decent at cavalry as well, I guess. I think that's actually like, that might be the late period Prussia, by the way. And there you go, France going in. Looks like it's the Chevaliers here. This is the Flanders campaign. Chevaliers going in and routing some Persians there pretty easily. Looks like Persia's all support is pretty good infantry. If I remember correctly, these guys are actually pretty decent. And what else we got over here? I don't know. I can't really tell with Persia's like cavalry whether it's good, whether it's not. These look like they could be CPI or something like that, maybe. I have no idea. But yes, the French armies today anyway. We have the 1815 Flanders campaign. So we have one of them. We have the 1806 Prussia. It's a 12-pointer. We also have way over on the far side. We have 1811, the 8-pointers like Spain campaign, and then we have over on this far side here we have 7-pointer Russia South, which already looks like it's getting itself into a bit of spot of bother here. Obviously, like this Russia South kind of made up of more like less French troops, more like Allied troops, if I remember correctly. But we have got like a few demi brigades here of French. Yeah, lots of sort of like, yeah, look at this, like. What is this? Trilliers, the elite, like these are Danish troops here. Holstein, Walbeck, yeah, like some Frankfurt troops, Voltigeurs, Neapolitan, all sorts of allied troops here. But anyway, they look like going to be taking on the Russians, which could be a tough one for them, to be honest, by the looks of it. Russia is a pretty strong core army. And if it is, which I think it might be 1814, then they could be in for a real rough time. So we'll see how that one goes down. But yeah, and I'd say this is with like this Russia South being so aggressive. I mean, I think that's because the Russian army is kind of spread over quite a large area, so it can't defend against both these armies. I mean, it looks like 1806 Prussia sending a few troops this way as well. But Russia South being so aggressive, this could play into to Russia's hands, because this is probably the weakest of the armies. I mean, it's a 7-pointer. I think the rest are 8s or higher. So yeah, this is definitely the weakest one. I mean, if Russia can play this right, they could take out this this army pretty quickly. There you go, Russia actually going. France going in. It's because they're called Russia South. I'm going to confuse that. But yeah, France going in here with his Ulan, and he tried to get a charge up from the dragoons there, and he's now going to have to run. And he could get cut down here. We've got, looks like, more dragoons coming in from the Russians, and they'll cut down this Ulan, I imagine, pretty nicely. And it's kind of isolated. I wonder whether the Hussars get committed. The Chevaliers here as well. Maybe not, actually. You know what? They did okay. The Ulans actually came out with only like 5 losses. And they... What the heck? They routed the Russians? Surely not. That's a very... Well, I don't know what happened there, but that's very strange. Over on the other side, looks like France has been repelled. Looks like some dragoons and chasseurs got repelled by something or other. Oh, I don't know if it is actually. I think it is early period Prussia, not late period. Looking at the hats, yeah, that's definitely early period Prussia. My bad. So that's like 1806 Prussia. So that should be fighting off over there against the 12-pointer. But it's not. Again, looks like Russia South went in for an attack on the other side. The Hussars had no luck on this side here. Looks like the Dragoons managed to see that off. But yes, if you're enjoying all things NTW3 and want to see more of this glorious mod on the channel, then do remember to leave a like, subscribe if you're new around here, and a comment show your support. It really does help out the channel. And yes, if you want to get involved in any NTW3 battles or scenarios, feel free to join my Discord as well. It's one of the best places to go and get some games now, as like obviously game chat's kind of going. So yeah, the Total War community needs to kind of like come together on like Discord servers and places like that if they want to get games. So yeah, if you want to get involved in some NTW3 games, feel free to join or any Total War games, feel free to join my Discord. Yeah, Ulan, looked like they're going to go for another charge there, but then change their mind. I mean, it's a very bold move to go in. Hussars might go in here. It's going to be a big cav fight here. Like, Russia South's asking for it. He must have brought good cav. He's been really aggressive. I take it back. The Hussars did not do so well. He is going to go for a second charge, though, with the Chevaliers here. A lot of allied cav here, trying to take out these Russians. Looks like he might win that fight there. The Ulans again got a decent charge here onto the Russian goons. Want to fight there. This must be a good Ulan unit. I don't recognize it. Prince Clemens? Yeah, it seems like it's good though. Getting a lot of kills. I mean, again, the Chevalier is going to go like staying in here, but they're going to get tied down here and killed by multiple Russian dragoons. And there you go. That's another cav unit gone. And again, the Ulan go in. This Russian Russia's South player being super aggressive, and he's actually lost his Ulans, who looks like a light cav, sort of like a Tartar sort of unit there. That is unfortunate, and that could be spelling the death and doom of Russia South here. In goes a Russian cav unit over here. Looks like a Hussar unit going in. They look like they're going to go for the lights. I thought they were going to change their target and go for the artillery over here. This Danish artillery is yet to set up, I'd like to say as well. It is literally turning the guns as we speak, and there goes the Hussars of Russia in, and they're going to slash and hack away at those Danish artillerymen. And the problem is with Russia South as well, most of their infantry can't form square. These Neapolitan infantry over here in Confederation of the Rhine, yeah, we've got like, yeah, just guys that are just being like conscripted up. They're not going to do much. Yeah, Frankfurt, Confederation of the Rhine. Yeah, they are not going to do a lot. So now that Russia has won his cav fight, he can just get his cav in behind. He can start to cause all sorts of chaos. I don't think Confederation of the Rhine has really, sorry, Russia South has any sort of cav left. These Prussian Chasseurs Cheval over here, or like 1806 Chasseurs Cheval, being routed there as they run away from the Russians. And now look at this. The Russians are just going to descend onto the demi brigades. They could probably just send in a couple of cav units, charge this line and probably annihilate it. There you go, the demi brigade behind, trying to give some cover for this artillery piece that is setting up here. Another artillery piece, it's a 6-pounder Frenchie. They can't afford to lose their second artillery piece, but it might be over already on this side here. I'm not really sure, but yeah, it's all hotting up on that side. Prussia did go in for another cav charge. Maybe it looks like he went for some skirms. Did rout them, but I guess the Laguerre behind here from 1815 did rout them. Problem is with 1815 is that they are kind of a pretty small army. Like their units are small, so they can kind of get overwhelmed, which is kind of worrying because Persia usually spams out lots of large units like this. So it could be a battle of quality over quantity, and even then I wouldn't say 1815 is quality. It's just, you know, it's literally like the twilight of the French Empire. It's just the best they have around. That's what I'll say. It's neither good nor bad. Confederation, right? This is like worrying that like Russia South here should really like have some troops here like facing one way and then some troops facing the other. Like these Neapolitans, have them facing forwards, dealing with the Russians ahead of them. Then yeah, have these Confederation right maybe covering the rear, just keeping an eye on these Russian cav behind. Or have the lights do that. Yeah, that'd probably even be a better idea. Because Russia, as you can see now, is going to march down his hill, and he's going to try and sandwich these units here between cav and infantry. And yeah, it's not looking good. I have a feeling this might be a fairly inexperienced Russia South player. I'm not sure. A, because he brought Russia South. I have bad experience myself from bringing this faction. I don't think it's one of the strongest at all. You just kind of have to rely on mass and kind of have support from your allies. And really, he's not really getting the support he needs. I mean, 1806 is on the way. Might be able to come open hell. And like I said, he needs to get a move on. Needs to get his way up this hill and support against Russia. Because Russia is just going to descend in like this. I mean, he actually got a pretty good volley off and did rout those Dragoons. But he's going to get smashed in the face here by another Dragoon unit. And I think this Confederation Rhine, that is one dead. And I have a feeling, yeah, here you go. Russians are bayonet down this hill. They actually got a hit off with the Danish artillery here, but there you go. I think oh my gosh, that Danishman went flying. Yeah, look at them, they're going flying for some reason. Why? And the Danish artillery, I thought was going to rout the Russians for a moment, but it didn't. That was unlucky. Yeah, I have a feeling it's now Russia South, it's going to just kind of chain route. That's the problem. A couple of units are routed here already. That's going to just upset this line infantry here of Confederation of the Rhine. They can't form square. The Dragoons will just go absolutely ham on that. Those Cossacks or Tartars or whatever they are going to go in and just slice and dice these lights. And yeah, here we go. Russia South looks like it could be about to die, but I have full belief in the French that they can still turn this around. The French have some pretty good forces, some pretty good factions here. And all that Russia South needs to do is stay in the game as long as possible. You just got to inflict enough damage onto the Russians. Kill off their cav, for instance. That would be a win in itself, I guess. But it seems like these Dragoons are doing a good job. I don't know how much infantry Russia really has. Maybe, like, looks like 8 or 9 maybe units here. Whether that's all of them, I don't think it is. There looks like there are a few more units up there. They can take those guns out as well. That'd be a win. But yeah, Russia not looking... Russia South not looking so good here as it takes on Russia. It's very confusing, the commentary. Too many Russias. Here we go. Looks like the 1806 Prussia is now coming over. Support. He's setting in some of his hussars. I don't know if these Russians can form square. I'm going to say that's unknown. Tartars though coming in, they might help rout that unit. Yeah, I think that's this hussar here might have been off more than it can chew. Really, they need a bayonet charge, so some sort of infantry support here from the Russia South player, just to you know help rout these Russians. Because oh, they're fibbing, firing while in melee, and that has caused the hussars there to break. That is unfortunate. That is unfortunate indeed. Looks like we're also going to see a big push down the center here as well. So Persia has made an attempt to assault here with his cav. Looks like they are just going to come forward though with their infantry. I imagine they're going to try and go into melee. It's going to be their aim. These look like they are literally peasants. And here is the charge of the peasants. In they go. They're going to get counter-charged here by the French. I imagine the French should win this. They are just peasants. But they have routed a French line infantry unit here. This is kind of... And the cav's gone. So this could, you know, affect morale here. This Swiss unit here is in square. I think that's just to defend the flank. The French are on redlining morale here. This is not good at all. You're going to tell me now that Persia is going to stop this like counter charge? And I'm not shitting on Persia. I feel like they're a good faction, but you know, not with these troops. And there you go. Britain's in the play into play as well. So they're going to be taking on the Spanish campaign. Very apt that they're facing each other off. But I think Britain has like the point advantage there on France. We'll see, because it looks like we are going to see 1815 take on Persia, and it seems like Persia's knocking them back at the moment. I mean, they're retreating now. The Cavs, they lost their infantry, which is just peasants, but the Cavs are retreating. And they've, if anything, routed a couple of French line infantry units. That's a win for Persia. It looks like Prussia, though, as well, I was trying to say, is shifting over here. Maybe trying to support Persia, and also looks like he's going to try and shift over to support Russia. As it does actually look... Wow, look at... I look away for 2 minutes. And Russia South seems like he's stabilized the line a little bit. We can see multiple Russian units routing some infantry units here, some cav units. Yeah, it looks like he's stabilized the line. We've got Russian cav sort of retreating as well, and they literally had Russia South by the throat. I mean, I still think they do. I still think they could really put this this faction to bed. I mean, there's a tiny little hussar unit left, but all it is just infantry that can't form square. They're all scattered about a little bit. No real sort of organization. Looks like Russia South is going to try and make an assault for those guns to change their mind. Prussia's now shifting across over here with his Frederick the Great era infantry here. And it looks like, yeah, it looks like 1815 is going to come forward. He'll want a line fight. These Legere that he's brought here have decent shooting stats, decent accuracy. They'll be able to outshoot, well, peasants that don't have guns to start with, and then also this mob of Persians here, which I can't imagine have got great firing stats here, or shooting stats. But we'll see. Oh, cab charge over here, boys. Chevaliers going in. Looks like they're trying to take out these more elite Persian infantry and also more peasants. Don't know if they'll succeed. Yeah, I think the elite Persians have formed square, and then the peasants just stood on top of that square. And they actually routed the Chevaliers. Wow. Look at that. They were healthy as well, 47. Now we're going to see 1806 come forward here. I feel like 1806 as the 12-point here has got to do a lot of heavy lifting. They've not done a lot of work really so far. Just a few cav charges here and there. So we'll see what they can do. Yeah, I've got their artillery over here. That's firing. There's a few cannon sounds there, I feel like we heard. 8-pounders here firing. Yeah, 1815, he really needs to just focus on the Persians there. And here we go. Looks like France and Britain are clashing here. It's not really France though, it's Spanish infantry loyal to the French. And here comes the Dragoons of Britain, and these are heavy cav. These are very, very good. Could be some of the only heavy cav I think on the battlefield. So yeah, really bold move there by the British to bring them, but they do pack a punch. And look at that, they've routed the French, and it allows this British line infantry to get out of melee and get back to its shooting duties, which is what it's really good at. Looks like, yeah, chasseurs. I don't know, recognize this unit at all. It's a Spanish campaign unit. Maybe it's like Spanish chasseurs, I don't know. But they've been routed, whatever they are, by the shooting stats there of Britain. Lots of dragoons back here. We've got artillery as well, 8-pounders. And 4-pounders back there, they're firing. Yeah, looks like the real thrust from France is going to come on this left flank here against Britain. This is called more of a diversionary assault here. And obviously Britain is preparing to contend. Looks like over here there's a lot more like Portuguese infantry, not actual British infantry. Decent still very good. I mean, you can see they're doing a lot of damage to the Spanish infantry. Looks like, yeah, line infantry here. Setting up. I feel like the French are going to want to go in for a melee assault in a moment. You can actually, yeah, you can see it here. Grenadiers, the line forming up in column behind this demi brigade here. The demi brigade is just going to take the hits, and then these grenadiers will go in, I imagine, very soon. Looks like we're going to have a provisional demi brigade. Oh, don't fire! Yeah, I was going to say, these grenadiers look like they're about to fire. And what's this? Another grenadiers, the line going in as a smaller unit. They're going to go in very nicely move there. That might, I don't know, that might rout them. Oh, they are redlining, but this a healthier 124-man unit that's going in. They are going to get in, the grenadiers here. They can rout those French, rout those Brits. They do a good job. The Brits have managed to rout one of the grenadiers. They're going to countercharge now. That might cause some French units to quiver and waver. There you go. Looks like a cab charge over here as well from Britain. They've got some decent hussars shifting up. They managed to rout some demi brigades. That's actually turned the flank here of the French. And the British are now pushing forward with their infantry here. Looks like the dragoons are going to come forward, try and deal with those hussars. The hussars are retreating though. And there you go. The grenadier assault has also been broken. And now the British, I imagine, are going to be on the offensive here. The French really are going to need to retreat, reorganize. Yep, as soon as the dragoons come forward, the Brits form square. That's the annoying thing when you face the Brits. Most of their redcoats can all form square. So yeah, very, very invulnerable to cavalry attacks. And the Brits have actually managed to catch the French here. Some demi brigades still being too slow to retreat. Whether the British will see that as, the French will see that as an opportunity to charge the British, I don't know. Probably not. I think they're probably going to leave that demi brigade for dead. Yep, there you go. I think those grenadiers as well. They're probably doomed. And we're going to see a charge here from the French. It's the Flemish players over here with the Chevaliers. Going to go in for the skirms here. It's a bold move because I imagine, yeah, that's going to entice out the heavy cav, the dragoons here of Britain. I can't see this being a very good result there for the French. Yeah, all they did was rout a skirmish unit, did the French. if anything, it's a win for the coalition there, really. Certainly, that cav will have cost a lot more than those skirmishers will have. But yeah, the French are going to need a win soon. I feel like there's just been losses across the front. I mean, Russia South's survived, but I don't know for how long. I honestly now looks like 1811 Spain might be in more danger. Britain could really start to really force their hand over there and force either more French troops across it, which looks like it's happening anyway. These actually are all Spanish campaigns, so it's a safe player. But they could force the Flemish player to send troops over there, which looks like could be the case anyway. I see a lot of columns set up over here. Looks like the Flemish player is quite happy to sit and just look at the Persians. He looks like he's going to be setting up a gun over here. Looks like it's a 6-pounder. He's going to set that on the British flank. And then he might, with a few columns here, try and turn the British flank, try and keep the Spanish campaign in this game. He might have found, well, I was going to say he might have found a gap around this little town here, but it looks like Persia's seen that, and he's shifting cav and maybe some infantry across to intercept. So it looks like the Flemish campaign, wherever he goes, will be facing Persia. Oh, and here you go, cav charge going in. It's a chasseur cheval. I'm going to presume that the Persian cav is better. It has that shock ability being a lancer cav, but both sides did rout actually. Persia sending in the secondary cav unit, but it's unnecessary. Will the French here lose their guns? They might do if the Persians can get around these infantry. Yep, looks like they will get around the infantry, and there you go. That's the Flemish campaign without a gun here. These 6-pounders just set up, look like they were about to fire. And yeah, there you go, the guns routed. This Laguerre here, I think was going to try and go for volley. The other Laguerre here behind them did. That'll rout the cav, but they did get the guns. That's a win, I'd say. Chevaliers, I was going to say, I think they were rushing across the battlefield. I thought they were going to go for the Brits. It's like, wow, running across map. That would be a little bit too much. But yeah, they did, in fact, just try to come to the aid of their own guns. But too late. Again, Russia South losing cav out on this flank here. Those hussars, they were just definitely not in any shape to be making any aggressive moves. They were went and got themselves routed by Russia's dragoons, which have just done a great job so far defensively. But what we've got here, just Trilliers, just in the forest, hiding, being a pest. Russia South, I think it just needs to be a support, if anything. And when eventually 1806 does go in, which I'm going to presume it will at some point go in, they need to just be there ready to tie down the Russians in some way. Maybe not in a melee fight, just in a line fight or something like that. Definitely not in a melee fight, actually. They're taking on Russia. But yeah, definitely in sort of in a line fight. Just try and tie them down so Russia can't shift stuff to help Prussia and this corner of Persia as well. That is what I'd expect. Oh my gosh, there's a melee fight going on over here as well. France, Flemish campaign has decided to go in against Persia in melee. This one could go 50-50 because, yeah, there's very poor disciplined troops, but they all get like swords out, so it makes me think they have decent melee abilities. Again, the peasants going in. Look like they're going to take out this Laguerre here. And they are. Look at that. Wow. And it looks like Persia's sending in more cav over here, and they're chasing off all these columns that were being sent forward. These Laguerre can't form square. They're even worse off, and they rout. And then there's about 3 columns that are going to get out. Some of them can form square, some of them can't. Looks like the British Dragoons also going to come forward as well. They smell blood. They want a piece of the action. And the Flemish campaign is rushing around his cavalry here. And it's all going to places where it doesn't need to be. Like, this cav should really be defending against his own infantry. Instead, he's going to go in for a forlorn charge here into the Persian infantry. And he's going to lose his cav. I mean, yeah, Martin here, Gobrecht, charged in. He's going to get routed by this cavalry. I wonder if this one here with like the fancy uniforms is the general. Because often Persia's generals do have large bodyguards and can be used quite effectively. Might be the case. I mean, it's got so comfortable for Russia on his side that he's sending over cavalry over to this side. He's got his hussars here. Or maybe that means Prussia's running out, sorry, not Prussia, Persia's running out of cavalry. Might be this case. Flemish campaign still has chasseurs over here. He's rushing over here and running everywhere. I mean, he does actually need to get a shuffle on because his cav is in a little bit of danger. I mean, if this is the Persian general here, he's about to rout. He's about to get killed off, potentially. I don't know if it is. The chasseurs also routed. I think that's because the Russian cabs managed to get in there, and they've done their bit to sort of rout those chasseurs. And now, yeah, look at this. Prussia. I don't know why I'm saying Prussia. Sorry, Russia and Persia. This isn't combining the two. Can now be aggressive on the French campaign here. And what are they taking out? Laguerre back here? Oh no. Laguerre is back here, but I don't think that's what they're taking out. I don't know what the Russian player is going for. Oh, he's going for the general here. We've got Rial here, the general for the Flemish campaign, and he is going to get murdered here. And that is unfortunate. And that is now 1815 player without a general, and he's kind of out of ideas as well on what to do, I think. And it looks like, again, this is actually the Flemish campaign here. He's taking on some of those elite Persian infantry and also the elite British cavalry. Double elites. And there you go. It's the Spanish campaign now coming in 1811. Setting into his dragoons. They're no match for those heavies, I don't think, though. And Britain is moving forward here with his infantry. With the Essay regiment here. And various other units. And we've also got the Hussars shifting up as well. There you go. Britain is going to retreat. It seems now finally he has given in. He's going to... well, there's not really much French infantry in front of them. And look at this. Persia can make an all-out push. The peasants can move forward. More peasants up here occupying that hill. I do. They are funny to look at. And here we go. Looks like finally we're going to see a Prussian sort of line fight taking place here. I mean, some of their infantry is getting hit hard, but yeah, I mean, this 1806 Prussia, he's got like Prussian player, he's got to get a move on now. He's got to hit them hard. I mean, he's doing an okay job. He is routing some infantry units here. A line fight certainly, I think, serves him quite well. Oh, jeez, yeah, look at that artillery piece. It's absolutely just severed through that infantry there. Really nicely done, really good. I mean, he's got a whole mix of light infantry here. Oh, these are Batavians as well. Wow, he's not even got like actual French units here. These Batavians, they're just Dutch troops serving the French. These actually are French infantry. And I think he's got some Laguerre here as well, which are going to be obviously good shooters. He's got the cousins of the Emperor, of all people, as well. Very, very good. All line infantry here. And it looks like Russia South is also going to move forward onto the Prussians as well. I think they smell blood, and they think the Prussians are going to be the way to break through. I mean, certainly Persia and Britain over here having a lovely time chasing their French armies. I mean, one's generalist and one is kind of, I think, clueless in what to do. They have no way of beating the British at the moment. And there you go, Hussars taking out these guns. They might also get the infantry here as well. These are grenadiers. The line would be good if they did. The British, though, are redlining. I imagine these dragoons are very, very elite. Oh, sorry, Hussars are very, very elite. Looks like they're like going to be King's German Legion or something like that. The Grenadiers, though, are also looking like they're going to be able to hold. The skirms in the back might not help. There you go. Finally, they rout that little British cav unit. That might, you know, give them a bit of respite. If they can get rid of the British cav, keep some of their own cav alive, that would give them some ideas. But Britain can just form square. That's the problem. And they're better in shooting. What you got to rely on to beat Britain is melee. And one chance of melee, which they tried, did not work. They brought a couple of grenadiers. It just did not work, unfortunately. Here we go, the peasants. I don't know where they're going. Persia seems to be going back and forth, back and forth. I mean, he has to retreat now. I guess he has realized that the 12-pointer here could potentially flank him as they force Prussia back. So, yeah, Persia cannot really go forward, even though they'd love to. They can't really. And France might get away with it. Really, Britain can keep pushing. To be honest, they could keep pushing us, forcing around this French army. And I feel like Britain could almost operate independently to a degree, because their army is quite safe from just being outflanked, like I said, the squares. And they're against a very weak opponent, I feel like, on that side at the moment. I feel like that Spanish campaign is quite well mauled. 1815 also has no general, so it's equally well mauled. Here we go. Prussia is going to go in for a charge here. This is on Russia's south. I feel like they just definitely pulled through those units there. What the heck happened there? Yeah, definitely there was a pull through there from the Prussian cav, and the Russian cav now going to go in, and Russian infantry. They are routing Russia's south, who maybe was a little bit too aggressive. Here we go. Prussians now coming down the hill. They're going to rout these Russian south troops on impact. A little bit concerning. A little bit concerning here. The state of the French players. I mean, like I said, the only player that's still really in any sort of decent condition is the 12-pointer. I mean, 1815 still got good condition with infantry, but his general's just gone. The morale's going to be in tatters. They need to get a general themselves. I mean, well, Real I don't actually think died, but I think he routed. I mean, this is one of the most elite positions I've ever seen for an 8-pounder. Firing off somewhere over there. Yeah, artillery sound's still not working, as expected. Well, Legate here, I don't know why that just doesn't stay on the flank. I mean, maybe it's just there to defend the guns. I think that is the case. Looks like the chasseurs over here have managed to rout these, I think these are Chevaliers or something of the Prussians here. Got rid of them. And they're routed, they'll be finished for good, and that is Russia South finished for good as well. And the Dragoons here just running these guys down. These Russian Dragoons have been the bane of Russia South. Really, I don't think Russia South should have been so aggressive. I feel like he should have, with his cav, he did have some early success with it, and I think that baited him in, like over on this flank over here. And really, he lost his cav here, he lost his ability to be proactive, or even sort of defend his own infantry when the inevitable cav charge came down, rolling down the hill along with the infantry, and they just routed those non-squarables quite easily. And now the 12-pointer here, kind of in a sticky position of what to do. I mean, France isn't out of it yet. You can see on the map they still have a lot. I mean, the Allies, we can't see all the coalition, but there are a lot of them. There are a lot of them. I mean, the Persians, quite possibly, if done right, could rout, mass rout. There are a lot of militia, a lot of like mob troops here. Britain is going to be a tough one to deal with. It looks like also they might have dealt with the remains of 1811. Well, some of it's retreating, getting back. They are running their troops, so they're exhausted. Soult is very close to the front line as well. You need to definitely get back if they want any chance of survival. But yeah, this is not looking good. They are, France on this left flank here, running with their tails between their legs. Yeah, France is, Britain is going to carry on coming forward here. Imagine this is, actually it is, yeah, it does look like the Duke of Wellington here actually. Arthur Wesley himself coming forward. We have Russian artillery, Russian horse artillery setting up over here now. 3 guns. Yeah, it looks like Russia's going to shift his attention over here. Well, there's something with his artillery. I guess maybe he thinks Prussia has the beating of the 1806 Prussia, and this, I guess Russia's just going to maybe, yeah, he is already over here. Wow, look at that, Russia is moving quick. Looks like he's coming over here to sort of support Britain and Prussia, Britain and Persia, and give a bit more metal to that assault. His cavs over here, like Russia has been everywhere it seems in this one. There you go. Yeah, looks like Britain's trying to shoot his way through these final few demi brigades over here. There's a little bit of a cooldown before the next major assault begins. I have a feeling Prussia might be the next one to make a big assault. If, which I think they can, I think if the Prussian player, like 1806 Prussia here, could manage to outmaneuver, outflank, surround this Prussian player here, who is very, very aggressively charging, I'd like to just say, at 1806. If they could get around them and isolate them, because I feel like they're a lot more isolated. Prussia is very much more isolated from Persia, Russia, and also Britain over there. This army could definitely be isolated and taken out. That might even the odds in this battle, but we'll see. It certainly would help if this 8-pounder could get set up. That's for sure. My gosh. Set up, men. We got the labels moustaches here. Fire when ready. Show who has the superior moustache. Even though you look like you're all clean shaven. So clearly it's not you guys. Batavians here. They have some moustaches going on. Don't know how great they're going to do though really in a line fight or in a melee fight when it comes to it. Russia already retreating, not fancying that fight, or maybe just cycling out troops. Looks like a mix of the two. I don't know how much cav Prussia's got. We've not really seen the Prussian cav in action, but it is present. There's a couple of units here. We've seen like the one charge from one cav unit which got absolutely annihilated and routed. Russia south with a couple of units here. You never know, could be useful. Russia south again going really far forward though. I don't know why he keeps doing this. It's like he just doesn't fancy playing today. I do like the combo of like the mustard like trousers that are going on and just like the dark blue. So it's a look. I'll give you that, Prussia. It certainly is a look. Don't know if it's a good look, but there you go. Okay, the line fight very much underway. Don't know if this is not fire, not in combat. Combat I'm winning slightly. So there you go. The French are winning. Certainly I haven't... No Prussian artillery present. Where the heck that is, I don't know. But yeah, the French artillery here is mauling the Prussians. And the Prussians can't reply with artillery of their own. Either because they don't have it. Or it's just, I don't know, off somewhere in the wilderness, lost. This is a concern, I guess, for the French on this side here. We have got some 1815 Chasseurs Cheval and some 1806 Chasseurs Cheval here, standing up against the Prussian cav that is getting close. These guys in white uniform could potentially be heavies. They could be cuirassiers. They could be a problem. We'll see how they do in melee. If they go in and absolutely annihilate this Chasseurs Cheval, which might be the case here. 1806 isn't paying attention. And it looks like he's going to get mauled here. I mean, he's got a good charge off, so that will help make this cav look even better. Yeah, I have a feeling that might... I don't know, actually. Maybe not. They look like they kind of are rallying. There you go, Chasseurs Cheval going in. There you go. Finally, that cav has got out of there. I'm going to say that's probably not a heavy cav. I think it's just... I don't know, some Chevalier or something. It doesn't seem like it's... I don't know. I'm not sure, but it's getting shot up quite a bit. But again, all the French cav defeated there. Dragoons still alive over here. It's, the Spanish campaign actually shifting Dragoons here. Really, everyone is like joining together to try and defeat the cav there. Look at this, 1806 had a squareable here. Didn't form square. I think he was busy on the other flank, and the Russians actually managed to get off a decent cav charge there. Other unit has formed square, but they're going to go into melee instead with the infantry. There you go, good charge. I mean, look at that. Laguerre, they're just breaking at the sheer side of the Russians charging them. Looks like this line infantry will do the same. And this is actual French infantry. You got to remember that after that, they're getting onto the Batavians as they go down the line here. Also doesn't help, I don't think that 1815 is shooting his own men in the back. His own ally in the back. That's probably not helping the situation here. Otherwise, I think 1806 might have won that fight. It'd be better off if he's shooting to the side of the Russians. There you go. Look, they routed it as soon as the French had retreated. Typical. There you go. The French are going to go in for a countercharge. Hussars, they're not going to allow those Russians to get away easily. And I think they'll rout them, but these Russian Dragoons might come down and have a word with those Hussars as well. Yep, here come the Dragoons.
Our men are running from them.
There you go. I think those Hussars bit off more than they can chew. And the French must be desperately running out of cav now. We've got the Spanish campaign back here. He's dealing with some of the Prussian cav. Whether this is heavy or not, I'm not sure. It's holding on quite nicely. But it is now gone, finally. Dragoons taking whatever cav that was out. The Prussian cav in the back there. And the flank for the rear lines, anyway, for the French might have been just saved there. Which is good to see. But yeah, Prussian campaign for France is going to have to fall back now. He's lost a couple of decent infantry units. Both, I think, which could form square. So, yeah, very key assets lost. Also seems like Prussia isn't interested in a fight anymore either. He's going to retreat back to his slope. And Russia, the ever-present Russia, who's everywhere, also just going to retreat behind this hill. I mean, this is a nasty, nasty hill assault this is here. And here we go. Looks like we're shaping up for another assault here from the Persians. The Persians going to go in for something or other. The 8-pounder here. I mean, he's spoiled for targets when it comes to Persians. We just fire down into the mass and you hit something. Yeah, here we go. 1815 on this hill has a hill advantage. Fire when ready, men. I'd have thought that the Persians will want to get into melee. Because melee is probably going to be the best way to rout these guys. I mean, though the artillery here is ripping through the through the French. I think it might be British artillery. Yeah, it might be the one back here. It's a horse artillery piece. No, so it's actually foot. My bad. I'm blind. But yeah, it's ripping through the French. It might be that one, or it could be the Russian horse, which is somewhere or other. Looks like Portuguese infantry here, routed by skirmishers when they try to go for a bayonet charge. So I'll teach them for trying that. But yeah, certainly this French centre here of like 1815 looking very, very shaky. Lots of red lines. I think one bayonet charge or one good volley might be able to rout these guys pretty quickly. But yeah, look at that. Orange and red's not good. I mean, the line fight suits Britain. They'll probably be quite happy to stay like this. Prussia, though, on the other hand... why do I keep wanting to call Persia Prussia? I don't know. I'm sorry. It's really annoying me. But yeah, Persia probably wants to get into melee. Well, they might be quite happy with the line fight. To be honest, there you go. 2 units breaking. The Swiss are going to get thrown into that gap there. I mean, yeah. Persia has, like, men to spare and more. They're probably quite happy with a line fight as well, to be honest. It'll take a long time to chip through these units. Time that France doesn't really have. Now I'm calling them the Prussians Persians. Prussia, though, the actual Prussia, not, you know, the Middle East Prussia that I'm making up. Prussia, though, is now actually coming forward again. He's maybe, I don't know, rethought his idea, his positioning. Thought maybe actually I can make a push. I need to put pressure on this this French army. Not that he really needs to. It's not like they can go anywhere. And here we go. Looks like the Russians are coming in. They're cav again. Those damn dragoons. Causing all sorts of problems. And there you go. Spanish campaign here. He's going to lose his line infantry. In go the British dragoons as well. Those heavies. I don't know if they will make it, though. They are an elite cav unit, but yeah, they got shot down as they ran down that line there. And this is not looking good for the infantry here. Britain will probably go into melee along with the Russian dragoons here, try and slice and dice these guys up. And this is the left flank of France in real trouble again. Got lines over here. I don't know what they're doing. They're shifting all over the place. And there you go. I mean, if France can get, like... Well, they've routed a couple of British units here. If they can get a couple of volleys, if the British go for a melee charge, get a couple of volleys off, might be able to out-melee them, I don't know. But yeah, here we go. Look at this. Britain is going in for a melee charge here. He's going to go for this unit that's redlining. This will probably rout and cause a mass rout. Oh, yep, routing before he even hits them. That's nice. They'll probably go into the next one then. And this is the capitulation of 1815, I think. I don't think 1815 can hold on. I mean, their infantry's getting smashed about by artillery. And yeah, look at this. Britain is winning in melee fights. And we're going to see more and more British units go in as this line starts to crumble here. Yeah, there you go. Another unit going in here against the Prussian Legere. Alright, very cool.
Our men are running.
And here we go. The main fight sort of in the center now. As you can see, Russia's now getting in behind 1812. They've managed to get on through this gap here as Prussia's like gone through the middle. They are taking on 1806 here as well, actually. They're fighting Batavians here, though. These are allied Dutch. I don't know if they'll win that fight, though, for actually the Russians. They're getting surrounded. They are getting pushed back in a few areas here. The big mustaches, they won that fight. Well done, them. But it's not going to be enough. Britain has won on this flank here. He's just smashed through 1815. Now here comes Persia with those peasant spams. And we'll see. I mean, yeah, France looks like again went in for a bit of a full-on cavalry charge. Seems like they've done a lot of those today, smashing into these Prussian infantry, hoping, praying that they're going to crumble. They really need to back it up with infantry. Actually, he has got infantry backing it up. Russia South still in the game, and he's got a divisional, a demi-brigade here, provisional one, and he's actually managed to smash the flank here of the Prussians, and they've got another one in behind here, like a Frankfurt infantry unit, and they might actually manage to take out quite a few of these Prussian infantry units. It's a big unit here, still alive as well, and that's a bit of a win there on that flank. I don't know if they can really still manage to take out the Prussians in time before the Persians are just going to like fall onto their flank, because it is now just 1806. This gun, I feel like it's time to abandon it. The peasants are coming. The peasants are coming. As are a few elite infantry, and I mean the British I think are pretty much spent actually. Britain and Russia, I mean they don't seem like they have much left, but they probably have a bit hidden here and there. Persia's still looking healthy. I mean, if France somehow turns this around, which I'd be surprised, it seems like they're getting split in two now. I'd be very, very surprised. But they are doing a great job in routing the Prussians over here. They actually might be able to take one army down with them. Yeah, I've gone with the decision that Persia just didn't have a general. Sorry, Prussia didn't have any artillery. They had a general, of course. Looks like we've got Joseph Sancy. I think he's in square. I'm not sure. He might just be at melee. He's having to deal with these Russian dragoons who are literally everywhere. These have probably been the MVPs of the game. We've had so many of them, and they're just everywhere. And the Legere actually are kind of holding.
Our men are running, sir.
But here we go. Looks like France is going in for a melee charge. Now is the time they've decided to try and rout the Prussians. Probably is. A lot of Prussians are routing, and that is actually Prussia gone. Look at that. A win there for the French. A late one, but a win. Now they can turn these line infantry units here and start to face the Persians. They can't obviously stand here forever. I think the Persians would overwhelm them. But the French, they either need to get on this hill, try and use it as a defensive position, or I don't know really. Just keep retreating. That's the start. There you go. I think the Prussian general was going to try and assassinate Ney here, but he's not going to achieve that. This infantry, get back. Avoid the peasants. Peasants and British.
The entire unit is dead, sir.
But yeah, it looks like that is Prussia gone. Russia has some infantry here as well fighting on. They've managed to rout some Laguerre, the cousins of the Emperor no less. But I had thought allies like retreating here, running away. This will be too much for the Russians. We're getting routed by those Batavians. There you go. And yeah, it does look like this French force over here, which is still part of the Tour Point 1806. That's just going to get descended upon before they can get help from their victorious comrades over here from the rest of the 1806 army, who are now stuck on this hill. We'll see though. I mean, the French are pretty speedy. They also probably want to... Actually, that's salt. We don't care about him. But there's a gun here. It's an 8-pounder. Whether they could maybe get that up onto the hill, use that as a like sort of centerpiece for their defense, I don't know. I mean, there is also a dragoon over here. I'd use that to maybe go and get the Prussian general and get these guns here. The Russians who are they're highly mobile. There's another one over here as well. Like the Russian like horse artillery has been everywhere. Very, very useful. Whether they could go round the back and go get those. Obviously, the problem is that they need to use the cavalry kind of defensively for any potential charges from those damn Russian dragoons. But as you can see here on this hill, where the French make their stand.
The entire unit is dead, sir.
Where they're going to make their stand is where they'll make their stand to die. Oh, Le Homs de Mon... Oh, it's the same sort of name to the chasseurs. I wonder if they are French, actually, maybe. Yeah, it does seem as though... I don't know, the battle looks obviously kind of set and finished, but we'll see. It's actually kind of a closer finish than I expected. I mean, it also looks like... Look at that, yeah. France has actually managed to keep some troops alive. They're re-rallying troops. I mean, 1811 here, you know, getting some infantry across, some Laguerre, some Voltigeurs of, like, Ireland. And some line infantry. You know, it could be useful. They could do with getting a general or two of the allies, but I don't know if they can. Britain again is going to go back to his old faithful, just going to keep on shooting his way through the enemy. This Sire regiment here still in very good conditions, a light infantry unit. Highlanders as well, just to make it even more scary.
Our men are running, sir.
There you go. Instantly have an effect, routing some Frenchies there. Looks like the French might be going for the advice I was thinking of. Go around the side here, go and get these guns. Actually, they already have the general here, Karl Philipp Schwarzenberg. The Russia South is actually going to get in here, I think, and he's going to get these guns. That is hilarious. I think you might get these guns. Yeah, the Russia... Oh my... Well, these... But no, they actually managed to rally. That is insane. Can he get the other one? Could he get the other one? I don't know. Maybe... Oh, actually, I think he's just been shot in the face by the horse artillery here. I didn't even realize Russia South still had the general. I presumed it was dead, to be honest. Infantry here, though, is kind of holding on for now. More cousins of the Emperor. Resetting up. They're going to need a win, though, over here. They are actually going to get this other gun, I think. Yeah, there you go. I'm surprised this one didn't limber up and get out of here when its other cannon did. Or maybe they felt like they needed to sacrifice one. I don't know. But they did manage to actually rout that gun. So that's a win there. Yeah, more men running. It's just these line infantry here in the middle. Batavians. It's just a slow chip away by the Persians. It's so damn effective. I mean, now with this cav here on the flank, could try and slam into the side. The problem is that these squarables are like stood on top of their militia, so they're going to protect the militia when they form square. That's the problem. Oh, I mean, it's handy if they're going to shoot their own men in the back, though. I think they'll take that quite happily. Yeah, if Persia keeps doing this, just shooting his own men in the back. What a win for the French here. Might, you know, help rout them. Militia here, all the peasants just waiting patiently for their next bayonet charge that they're going to be needed in. Yeah, squirrels have been sent to the back to defend against French dragoons loitering there. I don't know where Rush is off. I guess maybe he's off to... No, I thought maybe he was off to go and deal with the potential French forces over here, but there's none. I don't know where he's going, really. Maybe he's just like, you know what? We've done our bit. We've done our bit now. No more fighting. Or I imagine they're just going to defend their guns. And their guns are going to just sit back here and dictate play. Try and shoot these French. There's not much time left in this one, though. It's a long, long battle. I hope you guys have had some snacks and had some drinks for this one, because it has been a bloody, bloody fight. That is for sure. Light infantry looks like it's going to retreat, but the Persians look like they're going to come forward here. Here it is, their last gasp attempt. Maybe 1806 will stop them here. No one's been able to stop them yet. Here we go, the peasants are going in again. Looks like they were charging, then they changed their minds because the French are going to retreat. Yeah, the French don't want to entertain. And then they're going to honestly just retreat and shoot. It's going to be like the horse archer sort of tactics. Or they're just going to shoot them on the flank here, which is not a bad idea actually. Light infantry, shoot them on the flank, and then they go. Yeah, the Batavians didn't like it at all. They're going to get routed instantly. Laguerre trying to charge in on the side. Might rout these peasants, but they look like they're sort of rallying. And then goes some more of the Persians here. These aren't the peasants, but they're just like mob units there. You probably will rout that Frankfurt unit there. General has finally died. Oh, he's finally... I think this is, yeah. Karl Philipp Schwarzenberg has finally died to the Prussian general. So they're having a general v general off on that side. Oh dear. Yeah, it looks like the mustaches up here, grand mustache men. They actually might rout those like more elite infantry here of the Persians. Looks like they tried to go for an assault and change their mind.
Men are running first.
Oh, or maybe not. The mustache men are going to get beaten by the Persians. Wow. I think it also doesn't help that they were getting charged on the side here. And I think it seems as though no one can beat the peasant span. Peasant spam BOP, I think, along with a couple of elite infantry here. It's the way to go. And Persia really didn't bring that much in the way of cavalry. Or I mean, they brought some, but not like masses. Oh, I don't know. All of a sudden, look at this. French cav getting into the backs of these Persians. And wow, just like that, Persia. I was literally not paying attention. Persia's just been mass routed. I was thinking that cav is going to obviously have to have some influence. And is there going to be a massive change now? Like, is this going to be the comeback of the century? I don't know. It's literally going to be one of the greatest... It's one of the greatest NTW3 battles I've seen in a long, long time. Like, custom ones anyway. Like, the French here, 1806, have just about by the skins of their teeth survived Persia. Which is, wow. And now they've got to, like, just come down this hill. They can slam into the side of the British, or they can go for the Russians and their guns back there, and the British guns. They have a few options. I mean, Britain is going to try and chase down these Spanish campaign units here. Looks like. It doesn't look like these 1806 units here can hang on really at all. They are in dire, dire straits. And I don't know, yeah, I mean, is that French Dragoon still alive? It is. It's going in the wrong direction. I mean, it's making sure these units don't return, which is fair enough, right? And also farming kills. Naughty, naughty. But yeah, you should definitely just get this cav now, get it all the way back over here, and get it in behind. See if you can cause some havoc for the Russians, for the French. Sorry, for the British, not for the French. Don't cause any more havoc. The French have already had enough problems. Yeah, look at this. Britain actually now starting to rout. Finally, these units here
Our men are running.
might be about to give in. The melee fight might, sorry, the line fight is too much for them. It looks like the French are also getting kind of close to these guns. They might eventually get them. They are trying to canister their way through. Oh my gosh. Canistering and like focusing down this poor little French unit there. The artillery. They have actually inadvertently routed more British doing that. I don't think they care though. I do not think they care. I am just going to fast forward a little bit here because it's kind of like hard to see what is going on. And there's not exactly much in the way of it's like kind of the clear up for both sides right now. There's not too much in the way of action going on. Both sides are being very, very like cautious now. The breakthrough kind of made on Persia, and I feel like France is like, we can actually possibly win this. Britain, though, trying to be super aggressive on this flank here. He's trying to get his line infantry up. He's going to try and get a few shots off on the French here. The Royal Roussillon trying to do their bit, and it looks like I don't know, more British infantry sitting up here. They're going to try and shoot their way in through these final last French infantry here. The artillery as well still firing. I do love how the artillery is going to fire past its own gun crews. Very risky. They're trying to take out the general here because, I mean, they could take out Wellington. That might help actually with dealing with the British, who otherwise are probably the greatest threat still to the French. But my gosh, what a fight. The Prussian general's still here. He's still alive, causing havoc. A 1v1 now assault, maybe? How many generals can he take out? That's the question. Or maybe, I mean, he's probably going to go for the 1806 one. That's the better one to go for. But, I mean, 1811 would be funny to take out as well. But yeah, I think here we go. We're going to see a charge by the Prussian general. This would be hilarious. If he actually gets the charge off, I think he gets the advantage. And look at that red lighting. Oh my gosh. Are they actually going to rout this general? And this might be... No, he rallied.
Our men are running, sir.
Really, they could do with that other general. Yes, Soult coming into the back. The marshals combining. But no, look at that. They actually managed to rout Ney. Oh my gosh. That Prussian general taking out 2 generals. Wow, very, very nice. And then I think that's going to be game here. As 1806 doesn't really have a lot left. His final few units are getting routed here. The guns overwhelmed.
Killed their general,
there you go. They finally did get the general.
break.
They did get the Prussian general in the end. Did Soult, but he also routed in the making of that. And then what is left? It's a couple of... It's that cav over there, that dragoon, which has really just been inactive since its glorious charge. I mean, it might be... It's fresh, but it really needs to be in play a bit earlier, I feel like, just to help the remains of 1806. That's frustrating if I was the 1806 player. There you go. It's going to go charging down the hill. They will get the British guns here, I think. British guns, I don't think are going to get their shots off. They were very unlucky not to. The Russian general is here. They might get him as well. The Russians shooting on their own generals. It's like Order 227. Gunning down their own men. Yet they did rout the Russian general and also the British guns, but the cav is gone. A little sandwich there from the Russians. Managed to deal with that. And then, yeah, I think it's just Russia's South's infantry here, which if they can get a charge off or a volley off on these guys, they should break. But who thought, you know, Russia South being the final one to stand after, I thought they were done from about, I don't know, minute 5 or something like this battle. They were the first ones nearly out, and they're the last ones standing, ironically. Of course they are, but there you go. That is today's battle over and done with. What a fight. What a roller coaster. So close, actually. The French looked out from so early on. And, yeah, they managed to nearly turn it around right at the death there. But, yeah, this was sent by K1, so hopefully I put up the end results for you to have a look at. So, yeah, well done to him and to everyone else that played in this one. So most of the players that played in this one are actually, like, veteran players. They often do play in a lot of my streams. But, yeah, I honestly thought the Russian South player Had a really rough game, but you know, it's played by Jacques, knows what he's doing, which was super aggressive in today's game. With a faction that I don't think is very aggressive at all. But anyway, we'll have a quick look at the unit stats. 160 kills for this Laguerre here. Very, very nicely done. Laguerre here also getting 153 kills. Artillery 152 kills. Some really nice kills here for the infantry as well. The Bell's Mustache 149 kills. 140 kills for the Laguerre there as well. As other artillery getting 137 kills. The Emperor's Cousins getting 122 kills. Yeah, some super, super good kills there. Even the Batavians getting 106. Yeah, there you go. Gonna have a look at all of those. So yeah, good kills there for K1 and his 1806 army. But there you go, guys. Do remember to leave a like, subscribe if you're new around here, and a comment to show your support. We're working towards 10k subs now. If you want to see more NTW3 or get involved in some, feel free to join my Discord as well. And until next time, I'll see you in the next battle.